A report came out this month, scanned about 20,000 indie apps, and found that 1 in 9 were exposing Supabase credentials in front-end code. This is not in a server log or a private repo. This is just in the JavaScript every visitor downloads. And the thing is, these apps weren't hacked, they just shipped the secret by accident. To be clear, some keys are meant to be public. The problem is the pipeline, because the same mistake can ship a key that should never be in the browser in the first place. We have videos coming out all the time. Be sure to subscribe. Here's the simple truth that ties some people up. We all kind of know it, but it's easy to miss when you're moving fast. When you mark an environment variable as public, your build tool treats it like it belongs in the browser and it gets added to the client bundle. Next.js does this with Next Public, Vite does this with Vite, and SvelteKit does this using public. That prefix is not a safety label of any kind, that's literally the shipping label. Now we know that, but here's the Supabase part. Some keys are meant to be public, like Anon or publishable key, and some are private, like service role or secret keys. If a private key ends up in the browser, well, I think you can guess what happens. Row-level security won't save you in that case. Supabase has clear docs that say service keys can bypass RLS. So if that key is in your front end, all your policy work doesn't really matter anymore. Now let me show you exactly how this happened using my own sandbox. First, I built out a simple CRUD app using Next.js and I linked my Supabase into it. Here's my env file. And here's the mistake. I put a key behind a public prefixed variable. This key is publishable, so it's expected to be visible. The real problem is that the exact same next public path can accidentally ship a private key too. Then I ran npm run build to build it out, then I started my app. Here I am in Chrome. Let me just add some real quick info to our database, our CRUD app. Okay, now I can open the compiled JavaScript bundle and I'm going to search for it. There it is. The URL and the key are literally sitting inside the file your users just pulled into their browser. And notice what did not happen. Nobody broke into this. I found this, right? Nobody exploited anything. This is just reading what the app already shipped to the public internet. If you can see it, anyone can see it. Open DevTools, look at the JavaScript files, and search for it. That's all you gotta do. So if your plan is nobody's gonna look, well, the internet is full of people and bots whose job is literally to look for these kind of things. So here's the fix that actually works. The browser should only call your API. Your API runs server-side. That's where private keys live. Move the private operation into an API root or server function. The client calls your endpoint calls Supabase, then rebuild and recheck in the bundle. If the key is gone from the bundle, you actually fixed it. But don't just stop there and call it quits, because there's other things you could do. Make sure row-level security is enabled for user-facing tables, and make sure your policies do what you think they do. Spend some time testing too. I think this gets brushed over some. Now, the part that keeps this from coming back, most people fix this once, then reintroduce it later during a rush. So add some guardrails. Start with a secret scanning NCI so builds fail if a key shows up where it shouldn't. Then a PR rule that anything with Next Public or Vite is treated as public by default, because it is. Finally, add some rotation. If you even have a slight hint that keys were exposed, just rotate them. That's better than seeing how it plays out over a few days. Here's what you can try right now. Build your app the way you ship it. Search the output for Supabase, JWT, service, secret, and anything that looks like a token. If you find anything private, assume it's compromised because you found it, rotate it, and then change up your logic server side. If you remember one line from this video, make it this. If it's in the bundle, it's public. We'll see you in another video.